Real talk, real quick. Have you or do you know of somebody who's been in a martial arts gym that says or had a policy that you can only train at their location? You cannot go outside training, you cannot cross train, you cannot do anything. Everything must be done in-house.
Front door.
Hey, welcome back. Ready to sign up? Great. So here's the paperwork. You've already signed the waiver, so you've done your first class. So go ahead and just sign here. This is for billing. And then go ahead and sign here. This is just our training policy. All right? Sign right here. Wait, what's this right here? I cannot train at another gym or dojo while I'm training here? What's that mean? Yeah, that's just our training policy. Someone who trains here just doesn't train anywhere else, so they don't get confused. Just sign here. So what about seminars or tournaments? What if I want to compete one of those? Oh, tournaments. So competition, tournaments, seminars, we do all that in-house. So we do everything with our own association. We don't actually do anything outside of the gym. So again, just go ahead and sign here. What do you think of my acting prowess? Pretty good, huh? So that may seem like a pretty far-fetched little idea, the little skit that I did. However, I've met several people that over the years have said, yeah, their martial arts gym had a policy just like this. But what would you do? Would you sign up if that was the gym that you were trying to become a member of, or would you look elsewhere? Also in my class, we were talking about like people that say if you train at another gym, you're considered a traitor to your gym. I know that a few years ago, there was a big deal when it came to Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and they're like, if you leave a gym, you're considered a traitor. You're never supposed to leave your original instructor. I think that was even the case even when I was growing up. I think people would stay at a gym or a dojo far longer than maybe they should have, or maybe even they just felt like they had to stay because, not that they signed a agreement, but just the way that things were taught. Like we were very, this is my instructor and this is the only way. So let's look at it. Let's talk about pros and cons. Let's say why it would make sense and why it wouldn't make sense. So let's talk about why it would make sense. So the first thing I can see when it comes to that making some kind of sense, Guru Dan talked about it a few years ago. He said, for every style of martial arts that you study, you should have 6 different instructors. And it doesn't necessarily mean all at the same time. He's just saying you should get 6 influences over the course of your training. And my son is a great example of this. So my son, who's been training jiu-jitsu with me, and he trained karate back in the day, but he's focused on jiu-jitsu now. And I was away for a seminar, and my son went to a different school for an open mat, and he wrote on his Instagram or Facebook page or whatever, was like, man, I had the best class, all this stuff. And I read that and I was like, dang, that kind of sucks. I thought maybe at some point I would have had the best class. And then I thought another second or two and I'm like, he went to a different location. He got a different person's perspective. He got different input. I bet you that's what it is. And sure enough, lo and behold, when I got back and we had our next class the next day and I taught, he was like, hey, did you talk to Professor so-and-so? I'm like, who's that? He's like, that's the guy I was working with over the weekend. I'm like, no way. He said, you just taught word for word what he just explained to me over the weekend. And I was like, dude, I've been saying this the whole time. So hearing it from a different person's perspective could be all the thing you need. Even just using different words, like saying, instead of saying knee slide, maybe you say knee cut or inside leg pass or whatever it is. Those things could really hit different people a different way. Where can I see it being a con? Whew. Let's use my car, for example. If you want to buy a Ford Mustang, and as long as you're making payments on your Ford Mustang, you cannot buy another car. Like you cannot buy another brand. You cannot buy, you can buy another Ford, but you cannot buy a Chevy. You cannot buy a Toyota. That just seems kind of crazy, right? When it comes to something like karate or jiu-jitsu or pick a style, it doesn't matter. If you're teaching the same thing, like let's just say last year when we went to a couple seminars where 3 instructors in a row taught basically the same generalized idea. And myself being an instructor, it didn't really bother me because I could kind of see where they were going, but I had several students that were with me and they were lost. They were like, well, which one is it? Do I follow this person's version, or this person's version? And they were confused. So I can see merit in the fact that, hey, if you're going to be training on a day-to-day basis, and like, so if Monday, Wednesday, you're going to go train at one gym, and then Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to train at your own gym, and then maybe Friday and Saturday, you're going to go train somewhere else, that might get confusing, especially if they have the same generalized knowledge info, or if they're teaching maybe the same style. So you might bump into, like, hey, is doing an ankle lock better with the arm out, or better with the arm in, or better with the, palm on it, or better with the blade in? You might get some of those. And ultimately, of course, you have to decide which one is best for you, using the JKD concepts. take what's best for you and throw out what doesn't work for you. And it's kind of the reality of the situation. Whether you're trained in jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, you name it, having multiple instructors, I think, is a good idea. Having them all in the same week might not be. That's gonna be your call based on your current situation, maybe finances and travel time and all that. But to have a policy that says you cannot do this, that's a tough one. I think you just have to ask some hard questions, like why is this policy in place? What is it we're trying to accomplish, or what are we trying to keep out? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. So I think, me personally, I don't think I would assign something like that. I would not agree with it. What do you guys think? Would you agree to train at a gym that had a policy like that? Let me know. Put in the comments below. Well, there's the end of the video. Awesome. You guys do me a favor. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like stuff you see on our channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It's a small thing for you, but it's a big thing for us. And then last but not least, hit that bell icon, a ding ding, so you know when all the other videos are coming out from all of us here at Martial Arts Limited. We got Sifu Ed's Dog gonna be back on the channel. We got Icy Mike, we got Gabriel Varga, we got a lot of other people, Sensei Seth. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff with these guys, and so stay tuned.